don't know what he is.
They look at us as a diluted race.
I tell my people a lot of time back in the village, most people are more closer to being a mutt without a pedigree than ones with a pedigree.
That's right.
If you don't know where you come from in your genealogy, you just a mutt.
That's right.
Now you can get mad with me, brother, but I want you to move from being a mutt to having a pedigree. I'm saying you come from somewhere, from somebody. Let's lay that out. Yeah. So that they can stop making us feel like we just a gumbo.
That's right.
Who are your ancestors and which way did they come here?
That's right.
Because otherwise, you just saying you're from Africa, nobody's paying you any attention either. You just as bad off or worse. Because at least I have some land papers saying I was here. Now I want you to show me your land papers that you were in Africa.
We've got
I'm not playing. I want you to critically think about this for a second. Like, really think about this. Put this into your mindset. Would you survive this? Would you survive this? If you were, God forbid, captured by some anonymous so-called white people that don't speak your language, but they somehow managed to capture you and your family members. Matter of fact, your whole tribe. Let me back up. I just said some random white folks that don't speak your native tongue, but they're able to capture you and your family members, the whole tribe. And when I tell you that white supremacy is an illusion, that's what I'm talking about. You just handing them the power, just giving it to them. That's what a slave is, one who has lost the power of resistance. That forces you to not look at the bigger picture. Why would they hand you an image like this and say, look, this is how it was? This is a description of a slave ship. Side by side, laying on their back. How does that make sense, y'all? They didn't even have ships. Keep in mind, during the time period that I'm referring to, that's associated with the transatlantic slave trade during the 1600s and all the way to the late 1800s. These type of boats ain't become commercial until the mid to late 1800s. That's number one. Number two, how many of you think you about to fit on here? On top of your crew and hopefully some type of sources or resources rather, in order for y'all to stay afloat, to travel 40 to 50 days from Africa to South America by cargo ships. This is what this is. This is a cargo ship. You transporting goods and people. I want you to critically think about this for a second. Not just saying that the people were the goods. You transporting both. So that's even more reason why this image wouldn't make sense. Who built the boat? I'm not playing. But I went to Mobile, Alabama. Myself, I traveled there. Boots on the ground. And where they said they so-called discovered the last American slave ship, no they didn't. No they didn't. And it's in the same location as the shipwreck graveyard. So you can pick up any broken pieces of wood and say, here's the Clotilda, y'all. See yourself to the Lord. I want you to critically think about this for a second. And then don't get mad at me because I'm telling you to think about this stuff. No, when we came over, these white folks kidnapped us from, and I told you, I asked you before, these white folks captured you from who? Who captured you from who? And you talking about your ancestors and you ain't got nothing else to prove that story to be true, to be associated with your own individual family. You just fall right for it. And then we gonna blame the white man because he wrote it. No, but you fell for it. And you know how? They start you off at a very young age. They start you off in children. Remember we had this conversation before. They start you off as children. You can definitely manipulate the children in most what's not going on for our people, but you want to come up with solutions, but yet the solution that you do come up with never work. It fails. So you get mad at a young brother like me that's coming out telling you, look, hey, we need to start from the past to correct those issues that we had in the past, right now, in the present. And then we're gonna have a better future. What's wrong with that? Can we try that? Or you wanna go cry, baby, cry, and go run to the government and ask for some help? The same government that allegedly put you underground, you gonna go run and ask for help from the same people? Their ancestors, their offsprings, rather, their predecessors. Nah, that's not how it's gonna work. I'm not submitting my pieces on this chessboard. You don't like it? Oh well. Oh well, tough luck. That's not my agenda. My agenda is not here to debate. My agenda is to teach, to make you think again for yourself. Because if everybody was thinking for themselves again all the way 100%, they wouldn't have felt for this crap right here.
These depictions that were mysteriously given to us about these ships manipulated the mind into believing that there were actual slave ships that existed, when in reality, there is no hard evidence to support this heavily campaigned theory.
Look at that. Look at that. This is sad right here. Right here. Look at that. There's some image you probably could Google. Look at these depictions. They want you to use your imagination. They do. So let's use our imagination. Okay, so that's about roughly 150 people. Right? I'm just gonna say that. Let's give them the benefit of the doubt that they put 150 people on here, right? Got about 10 cans of beer. And I mean, yeah, I don't know. Whatever, some water. Let's say this water. Let's just say this water. Right? That's gonna be enough? You got 150 people and 10 cans of beer. That don't sound like slavery to me. They weren't in this position. They were standing up outside drinking. They enjoying themselves on that river. Oh, wait, they told you it was an ocean. My bad. But we gonna get into that, though. They came through the Mississippi River. We gonna get into that, because look, I'm telling you right now, every record that I grabbed, including books, they told me they came through the Mississippi River. They came through the Nile. They came through the Mississippi River. They came through the Nile. Listen to what I just said. I'm not playing. And they keep telling you that the Nile in Africa. Okay. Who was they? You tell me who was they. You tell me. Who was they, Dane? You tell me who they is. These anonymous writers that created this story that you call his story, because it is his story. Is it yours? You feel so bad you want to be associated with it. Like them people out there that's claiming 80 or less right now. I'm going to tell you right now. American descendant of slavery, right? This is the reason why y'all can't stand me. Because I'm debunking your little claim. If you were a slave, I told you that meant that you were an indentured servant. That means you were a contracted employee. Indenture means contract. Serving, you doing a job, labor. That's the slavery. And it still happens. Ain't nothing changed. Indenture means contract. Yep, Michael Jackson wore white gloves. Who in charge right here in this picture? So was he of European royalty? Was he of European royalty? Were the Europeans of color? This could go so many ways. I told you about Christopher Columbus anyway. I will soon again. So that's even more reason why this image wouldn't make sense. we gonna talk about this right now. Why not? Why not? So okay. Just imagine that. Some of y'all got comfortable with surrendering yourself to somebody else unforeseen. So you fine with being a slave. I'm not playing. That's not my agenda. My agenda is not here to debate. My agenda is to teach, to make you think again for yourself. Because if everybody was thinking for themselves again all the way 100%, they wouldn't have fell for this crap right here. And see, that's how the story of slavery is wide open with a lot of gaps for that reason. They want you to, so in most cases, they want you to create your own assumption of how things went, but they just give you the skeletal line or version of the story. Once again, it goes right back to your imagination. They want you to utilize your imagination with these depictions to assist your imagination with creating the portrait, the picture in your mind. This is about control right here. I double dare, I triple dare. Prove me wrong. That there was a definition for slave ship prior to the 1980s. 1980s. I dare you. Prior to the 1980s, I dare you. A poor person, one in the lowest state of life. Now, some of y'all got comfortable with surrendering yourself to somebody else unforeseen. So, one who has lost the power of resistance. Not God's power, your own power of resistance. Listen to that now. Or who surrenders himself to any power, whatever. Who in control right now are you? The answer you should be saying is yourself. But, you know, you gave up your own power. And then you surrender yourself to somebody else, not just the God. A mean person, a poor person, one in the lowest state of life. This ain't got nothing to do with kidnapping. It's all about your mind right here. That's why slavery still exists. It's your mindset. One who has lost the power of resistance. So if you're not fighting for yourself, you think somebody else will? That goes back to a lot of people's religious beliefs. Waiting on somebody to fight their battles for themselves. Surrender himself to any power, whatever. A poor person, one in the lowest state of life. Hello? It's about what you know. Oh, you go see Christopher Columbus hiding in some woods, and you go capture some children and run away. See what I'm saying? I'm not against religious people neither. If you're religious, that's not what this is about. It's not about what your belief is, it's about what you know. That's what they attacked. They attacked the mindset. Yeah, they couldn't just go straight across. That was impossible. So any story, anyone, and I mean that, any story, even if it's a good book, and that's just the start of it. You can't go across that Atlantic without trouble. You're gonna have trouble. Remember, they said that Christopher Columbus lost how many ships? How did he lose them?
And the word ship derives from the Latin word scapha and the Saxon word sapien, which means to create form or build. And so over time, the perception of this depiction of a slave ship is based on a particular portrayal in picture and representation in words, which has been clouded by the idea of conceptualism, deriving from the basis of conceptual art.